Right, gentlemen, welcome to another fucking real talk, mate. You are joining me on the balcony on a fucking plate, so I can like put the camera in the right position. In La Paris. No, we're in Paris, mate. So this is going to be another fucking real talk, and as you've seen from the title, this is stop trying to do it by yourself. Stop trying to do the mission and the journey by yourself. Stop thinking that you getting there by yourself is this amazing thing, and like anyone actually gives a fuck. Okay, for me it was the exact same thing when I first started trading. I've initially put so much emphasis on me creating my own model and being the builder and the person who is fully responsible for me becoming profitable, which is just not necessary at all, because I thought that it'd be so much cooler if I was fully self-made in trading and all this stuff. I wouldn't want to pay for a mentor, wouldn't want to pay to speed track my progress, speak to anyone else about my trading because I was too good for that, I was above it. Where realistically that is the last thing that you should ever fucking do, because for me, when I dropped my ego, and I think that it is massively an ego thing of trying to be the creator of your success like fully, and that you want it to be on you and you don't want to give anyone else the shine or anything like that. When I stopped that, when I dropped my ego, when I understood that sometimes it is actually better to just pay someone and also just learn from other people, be willing to take advice, be able to accept feedback from people who know more than you, people in a position that you are in, that is when my trading progressed the most, because I was able to go, okay, look, this shit that I'm doing right now is evidently not working. It was working in terms of it's a working model, but for the psychology side of things, evidently not fucking working. So what did I do? I swallowed my pride, I swallowed my fucking ego, and I then got mentored by obviously Burgers, you guys would know, and did completely different model, completely different way of trading. Before I was trading like a discretionary, like ICT model, whereas now, fully mechanical TNB, mate. But the reason why I ended up dropping my ego, I ended up swallowing my pride in terms of wanting to be the self-made, trading, fanatic, profitable guy, was because I was just fed up with the mistakes and the lies that I'd continue to tell myself. I'd continue to tell myself that I was gonna make it, that my psychology was fine, it was only a matter of time, it's just time in the game. But realistically it just wasn't, and I was actually just lying to myself and just continuously making mistakes, blowing money, revenge trading, gambling, and I didn't have a fixed enough system. The model worked relatively, I didn't really backtest, didn't really do any of that shit, it just kind of worked here and there. But how well it works, I don't fucking know, because I haven't gone away and backtested it since I quit. But a lot of people think that making it to the top or whatever they class as the top or achieving their goals in terms of becoming profitable and doing it by themselves is so much cooler than getting any help along the way. When you need to realize that when you reach the top, no one's gonna give a fuck about how you got there. All they care about is if you're there. No one gives a fuck about how you got there. No one gives a fuck if you learn off someone, if you paid someone. No one gives a fuck. All that matters is that you're actually there. And that's what matters. The reason why I think that trading solo is, and like being on your own mission is so hard, is one, because of accountability. Two, because you don't have any other inputs. You don't have anyone else telling you what works, what doesn't work, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. And the accountability is the number one most important thing, because when you have no one to hold you accountable, you're relatively new to the game, you're trying to figure it out by yourself, and you have no one there holding you accountable, making sure that you're following rules, making sure that you're not crashing out, then who's going to hold you accountable? Because you're going to continue to lie to yourself in the initial stages, most likely, because if you're not profitable and you do have psychology issues, you're probably lying to yourself, you're probably not telling the full truth to yourself, you're probably being dishonest to yourself. Otherwise, you would actually just fix the habits that you do or did previously have. So you need someone to hold you accountable. That was genuinely the number one best thing that I ever had in a mentorship with Berg or like within the trading club, was just guys holding me accountable to the model, and that's it. That's it. Because learning a model, I say it every time, it's fucking relatively easy. It's pretty easy to learn a model. I guarantee a lot of people can learn a model and a strategy and they can execute it. But the difficult part of it is just psychology and doing it for a long period of time. Doing it in periods of time where you're losing trades, and then you quit. And that's when most people fucking quit, because they cannot hack those periods. Whereas if you've got someone to hold you accountable, someone who's been there before, gone through those losing periods before, and they're able to say to you, look mate, I went through this exact same shit, and look, I'm here now, I'm still making money, I'm still profitable, still making 10K a month, still making 30K a month, whatever the fuck it is. When you've got that, that is going to make it so you can go through those difficult periods in your trading. Now, whether that's model to model, whether you guys are trading the same model, whether it's different models, but they still understand the game of trading. When you're able to speak to like-minded individuals, whether they're above you or further ahead in the journey than you, or they're behind you in their journey, when you're able to speak to like-minded people who all want the best for each other because they all have the same mission, they all have the same goal. There's nothing in trading where it's like, oh, only a certain amount of people can succeed. Everyone can succeed. These people, whether they're further ahead or behind you in the journey, they are going to be able to keep you accountable, make sure that you're doing the right things every single day, and make sure that you're clocking in when it's not easy. When it's not fucking easy to turn up because you continue to lose, you're on a big loss period, you're losing accounts, you're losing funding, you're losing money, but you continue to clock in, because that's when it's important, because that's when most people fucking quit, and that's when most people fail. Because the only way to fail in this game is if you quit. That is the only way. That is the only way. So accountability is the number one thing, and that cannot be gained when you're learning by yourself. And it can over a long period of time if you do understand the game of trading, but it's going to take so much longer. Whereas if you've got someone who's done it before, and they can help you out, and they can tell you what to do, and they can make sure you're doing the right things for a long period of time, and you're not fucking quitting, you're not crashing out, you're not doing anything, that is what's going to get you profitable. Now for me, within my mentorship, yes, I'm going to teach you guys the mindset and everything like that. That is the number one most important thing, the mindset long term. But also, learning a strategy is probably the lowest of importance. Once they've learned the model, once they've learned TMB, then it's just keeping them accountable for a long period of time. And that's why they get results, because I'm there telling them, you're not fucking quitting now, mate, you're too far in. Stop being a fucking pussy, stop breaking the rules, why are you not journaling? And that is what gets guys furthest. So if you're thinking that you need to be on this lonely journey, this solo journey, this like monk mode, where you don't speak to anyone, you don't ask anyone for advice, think again, drop your ego. You're not better than anyone else. You're not, just because maybe you got some good results in your GCSEs, does not mean you're going to become fucking profitable. You need to reach out for help, and you need to ask people for help, whether it's paying guys or whether it's just reaching out to guys who are also trying to do the exact same thing. Then you can ask for advice, then you can give advice, and it just gets your mind thinking in different ways that you haven't previously thought. When you listen to different perspectives, different views, different ways of dealing through different and going through different periods, whether it's bad periods, winning periods, whether you feel like it's too fucking easy and then you're getting scared. All the different periods are going to be extremely hard to deal with. Not all of them. When you're winning, it's pretty fucking nice. You just sit there clicking a couple buttons and you're fucking printing. But the losing periods mainly, and the like stagnant, like break-even periods, it's never going to be easy to deal with, because it's only going to get harder, because when you go full-time, it's going to be more on the line. You're going to be older, so you probably have some more responsibilities. It's never going to be easy, so you just need people around you to hold you accountable. That is the number one most important thing. Accountability. And how do you get that? By just surrounding yourself with like-minded people, dropping your ego. You don't need to do this journey alone. It does not matter how you get there, it matters if you get there. And if surrounding yourself with people is going to give you the best chance of success, best chance of getting to the end goal, making money online, being able to quit your job, being able to move abroad, then fucking do it. If you don't think that's for you and you don't need to like surround yourself with other people because you've got it, fair dues. I thought the exact same way until I didn't. Because then I quit. We're wearing the tux today because I'm about to go to a jazz bar. What do you boys think? 30 fit, mate. But yeah, enjoying Paris. This is like kind of what it's all about, really. Coming out to these nice places, like let's hit a Panis. I mean, this view's fucking shit, to be honest, but like just going around the world whenever we want, mate, and just kind of bopping about is fucking cool. It's why we do this shit. It's why we do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me, gents. You need to be surrounding yourself with the right people. Do not think that you need to go on this monk mode solo journey in order to become profitable, because you want to be self-made. No one gives a fuck. As long as you get to the top, that's actually all that matters. You think anyone's going to even fucking know? It's not that it even matters if people know. It's probably fucking cooler to do it with people, in my opinion anyway. Coolest thing is helping out guys that are on the same journey. Being able to change people's lives is pretty cool. I think that's cooler than making money. I get more gas when my mentees get payouts and results than when I make money. Do you know what I mean? When I get payouts, it's like, okay, that's what I should be doing. It's part of the game. It's inevitable. But these guys have never seen that taste before. But yeah, helping guys out, surround yourself with the right people. You don't need to do it alone. No one gives a fuck how you got there. It's if you get there. Peace out, gents.